This is question number 31. Iron rusts, but aluminum does not easily corrode. So the corrosion occurs in iron, but not in aluminum. Which statement explain why aluminum does not easily corrode? A, it is an alloy. So it doesn't mean that if something is alloy and it cannot be corroded. So alloy, although it prevents rusting, but corrosion may occur. It is below iron in the reactivity series. No, aluminum is above iron and it reacts, uh, its reactivity is more than the iron. So it also it can react with atmospheric oxygen. It is a transition element. First of all, aluminum is not the transition element. And secondly, being transition element, it doesn't mean that it cannot be corroded because iron itself is a transition metal, but it can be corroded. D, its surface is protected by an oxide layer. Yes, it is the correct one. Question 32 says which chemical can be used as fertilizer to provide the three elements needed for improved plant growth. The three elements are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So actually these three elements should be there according to the statement. So if you see this, this is the urea and this is potassium chloride. So nitrogen is there, potassium is there, but no phosphorus. So it cannot be the answer. Ammonium phosphate and potassium sulfate. So potassium is there, phosphorus is there, and nitrogen is also there. So it should be the answer. Ammonium phosphate and and urea. Here potassium is not there. So it cannot be the answer. Urea and potassium sulfate, again the phosphorus is not there. So the correct answer is B. Question number 33 says what is the color change when water is added to anhydrous cobalt chloride? So remember that cobalt chloride, when it is anhydrous, it is blue in color. It is blue in color. On on hydration, it becomes pink. So the answer would be blue to pink. Question number 34. How do carbon dioxide and methane gas cause global warming? They emit the thermal energy they have absorbed back to the earth. And they absorb the radiation directly from the sun. They increase thermal energy lost to space. They reduce the reflection of thermal energy from the earth's surface. So the answer for this question is A, because they emit the thermal energy they have absorbed. So this is the correct answer. And if you see the option B, they absorb the radiation directly from the sun. So it decreases the global warming. If it happened, if it were the case, then it decreases the global warming. And C, they increase thermal energy loss to space. Again, if it happened, then it would be very effective. D, they reduce the reduction of thermal energy from the Earth's surface. So it is also wrong because it does not reduce the reflection of thermal energy from the Earth's surface. So as we have already discussed that the correct option is A. This is question number 35. Four statements about photosynthesis are listed here. Chlorophyll is required for photosynthesis. Yes, chlorophyll is required. Correct. The equation for photosynthesis is no, this is the equation for respiration. Wrong. Photosynthesis requires energy from light. Yes, correct. Photosynthesis releases carbon dioxide, which can lead to climate change. Photosynthesis does not release, it absorbs. So the correct options are 1 and 3. So the answer is A. Okay, this is question number 36. Which molecules are structural isomers? So if we consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 5 carbon atoms. And how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, okay, C5, H12. And here it cannot be the isomer of 1 because it has 2 double bonds, although the carbon atoms are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hydrogen are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is an alkene. 1 and 2 cannot be the isomer. So option A is wrong. Okay, now see 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atoms are there. C5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. H12. They can be isomer. Any 1 and 3 can be isomer. So B could be correct. But now see next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 carbon atoms, so it cannot be the isomer of any of these. So definitely, if you are willing to write complete molecular formula, you can write, but we can answer immediately. So if you are willing to write the molecular formula, it would be C6H12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and 3, 12. So the correct answer is B. Now question number 37, which statements about the reaction of ethene with steam are correct? So the product has higher molecular mass than ethane. Yes, it could be correct because when ethene absorbed or it reacts with steam, so it produces ethanol. Ethanol has higher or the greater molecular mass as compared to ethane. The MR of ethane would be 12 twos are 24 and 6 30, and here it is 46. So it is correct. The product reacts with aqueous bromine. Yes, it can react with aqueous bromine. It is also correct. No, 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 no. Product cannot be reacted. Sorry, product cannot be reacted with aqueous bromine. It is wrong. The number of electrons shared between carbon atoms decreases. Number of electrons shared between carbon atoms decreases. How? It is also correct because the number of electrons shared between carbon atom decreases. Because when there is ethene, the number of electrons between 2 carbon atoms which are shared are 4. 4 electrons are shared. But in product between the carbon atom, the sharing is of 2 electrons. So third option is also correct. The reaction produces an alcohol and hydrogen. Alcohol is correct, but hydrogen is wrong because no hydrogen is produced. Only alcohol is produced. It is an addition reaction. So the 1 and 3 is correct. So this is wrong. This is correct. So B is the correct answer. Now see the next question. Methane and chlorine reacts to form chloromethane, which describes the necessary reaction condition and the type of reaction. Chlorination in alkanes, whether it is methane or any other alkane, it is an it requires ultraviolet light because these are photochemical reactions. So ultraviolet is correct. No nickel catalyst is required. And type of reaction, such a reaction is substitution reaction. It is not the addition reaction. So the correct option is A. Now see, this is the question number 39. Parts of the structure of two different polymers X and Y are given. This polymer, if you divide it, so this polymer contains two units. One is the diamine and one is the dicarboxylic acid. And they combine to form a polymer having amide linkages. And here, this is the one unit and this is another unit. And both the unit have amino group and carboxylic group. And again, the peptide linkage is also there. This is the peptide linkage. Which are about the monomer and the linkages between the monomer in polymer X and Y is correct. So you can see that these are diamines and dicarboxylic acid and amide linkage is there. And these are the amino acids that amino and carboxylic group is present the same uh, on the same compound. So monomers in X and Y are different. Yes, these are the monomers amino acid and there are dicarboxylic acid and diamine. Yes, these are different. And if you see the detail, then the linkage in X are different from the linkage in Y. No, this linkage is same. These are the amide linkages. This is also the amide linkage. So this answer is wrong. The linkage in X are the same as the linkage in Y. Yes, correct. Both are the amide linkages. So answer is B. Now question number 40. Substance Q is tested using paper chromatography. The resulting chromatogram is obtained. So see, definitely the substance Q was loaded here. So the loaded substance is Q, and when we perform chromatography, we obtain two spots. So definitely both of them are different. So this is a mixture that can be separated by chromatography. This is the solvent front, and this is the solute front for this compound, and this is the solute front for this compound. And this is the baseline where we load our sample, and it must be above the solvent layer in the uh, chromatography tank. Which statement is correct? Q is a pure substance. No, it is a mixture because it splits into two compounds. The RF value of the lower spot is 0.25. How can we determine the RF value? RF value is the solute front. Solute front means the distance traveled by the solute. And they are asking about the lower spot. So this one and divided by the solvent. So if you see this, then it cannot be 0.25. So this is 0 point, not 0.25, it is above half. It could be 0.7 or 0.75. So this answer is also wrong. C says Q is a mixture of at least two different substances. Yes, correct. Because two different substances can be seen here. And the D option says Q is a compound of the two elements. This is wrong. This is wrong because it is not the compound of two elements. It is a mixture of two components. So that's all for this paper.